AMD, and Nick's playing the Slark as OG going into this dire jungle very early on, forcing Miposhka away from his outpost, and that's 4 heroes making a nice little excursion into the forest.
30 seconds.
The popular build on Luna these days is like you get Helm of the Dominator. I'm gonna call it a new aura. We didn't see too much out of Luna. You get base damage bonus and you get base armor bonus. So you get Helm of the Dominator, get extra damage from that. You might get Alpha Wolf.
Don't
then you
be
have
mad.
like
Don't be mad.
triple abilities that increase your team's damage. And this opens up the Roche. You can stack with the Helm of the Dominator for yourself.
battle begins.
And it's a very snowbally thing when you have this kind of a Luna. Like you just clear out tier 1, tier 2 towers so easily. You take one fight near the enemy base, tier 3 and Raxus might just fall.
Yeah, and I guess you don't really have to worry too much about keeping Void Spirit or DK alive. Void Spirit, very slippery, you can dodge in and out of team fights reasonably well here. Hellraisers, they've got Gap Close and Reach. They don't have that much actual catch. They don't have many, stuns or... is that Observer going to die up there? But they don't have many ways to consistently catch the Void Spirit. Slark Pounce if he's invis, maybe with Oracle Fortune's End, but it's a difficult one. So if Luna's the only hero you really have to worry about saving, you can hold your Blink Echo or your Fisher to save Sumail's Luna, and then you've got this tanky DK, the elusive Void Spirit, and you're talking about the damage amp coming out of Luna. When you've got a tanky hero, an elusive hero, and then one core that you can save with an Earthshaker, you've got so much to sustain in these team fights with that damage buff on them. I was wondering about the OG Deathball. I think Luna is going to be exceptionally strong at grouping up early on and taking big team fights.
Yeah, I think the team fights are gonna last like very long time, in and out. Both of these teams have elusive heroes, hard to kill. There is save on Hellraiser's side with the Oracle. Also, I want to see what item Luna gets as her second item. Like after you get Helm of the Dom. Helm of the Dominic, man. They should rename this.
I kind of missed that from Dota 1, having heroes and stuff named after players. What do we have? We had Yafet's Shadow Fiend. I've forgotten most of them now. Jeez. Need to go back into the history books. There were a couple of them. There were plenty. Like we're back underway. Game once more. So top lane, No Tail. A bit of a beating from the Oracle as the lanes all swap around. Oracle shifts down to bot to lane with Slark against DK, so that's the matchup Hellraisers wanted. And OG tri-laning with Earthshaker, Cantress, and up here. Against a Weaver and a Pango.
It's such a strong lane on the top. You have Luna with the Lunar Blessing. Like, what does Ench get from it? 0.6 armor, damage increased by 15%, so extra, like 7 damage in the laning stage on top of Impetus. That's pretty big.
Nice little courier snipe by Roger, though, takes out Sentry Ward that Saxa was bringing up top. They're going to have a free time continuing on. No Tail grabs himself a little Vul Assassin. He's got the poison spears. Just farming jungle, he's just chilling. Funny, trying to gather whatever farm he can.
Vul Assassin, I still can't remember that damage reduction. He actually has a heal reduction on Vul Assassin.
On the poison?
Denied.
Yeah.
Wow. How's that mid lane going? Like it's pretty decent for both sides. Very even CS-wise, but mid one, of course, taking the brunt of harassment. Tipping Kasani there as Spirit Siphon's coming out. Really just spamming down mid one, controlling the wave very well.
Mid one adjusting with the build, going for earlier point in the Simulate, which I like, so he can break the Spirit Siphon. It's definitely, I would say, a Dead Prophet favorite matchup, even though you get farm with Void Spirit. Void Spirit hard to shut down, and once he hits level 6, you need to be careful. You might not get the Spirit Siphon off if you're trying to play more aggressive into it. He's a hero that can like dodge all of it with his spells.
Seb. Looks like he's fine. Dragonite, 6 and 1. Slark, of course, pretty much free farming down here. Not much Seb can do down here alone. He is just soaking up whatever he can, doing a very good job dragging little bits of the wave back, trying to manipulate the large camp with the holes in it. Real rough time down there, especially when Slark now level 3. He's got the pounce and the 2 points in the essence shift. If Seb even oversteps by an inch, quite easily die, especially with the Orb of Venom now up on the Slark as well.
Yeah, 2 points in essence shift. He needs to be careful. They have 2 ways of stopping the TP. Even though he's getting a lot of XP on the bottom, level 4, 3.5 minutes in, which is pretty nice. He bought the Wind Lace for himself to have any kind of extra movement speed, and here they come. Just kidding.
Yeah, they're just poking and prodding. No Tail's actually going to come down here and help out. So they get Seb to level 4. Trying to trade hits, but Seb is still a tanky boy. And Miposhka can't really deal with this No-Tail Enchantress now. Picks up the Dark Troll, gets a good amount of damage in, trying to burst him down with Clever Legs, doesn't allow
I'm
the
Gabe
pounce, but they still
Newell.
get the
You've
pure
just
damage.
achieved first blood.
Seb won't
Thanks
get
and
the
have
kill.
fun.
Maybe they have another trap.
Much
They had it in
obliged.
seconds, but the sound is there and Nyx will walk off. Claiming first blood, Enchantress falls. But I think that's something OG were reasonably happy with. They went for an attempt trying to pressure HR. They give away their position 5. They keep Seb alive. It seems all right, all things considered, but still very good for Hellraisers to get that first blood and in a Slark lane as well.
Look at how spread they are on the map. Like they have 1-1-1 on the lanes and 2 others are just walking from one lane to another. Like they secured Luna's farm early on. Now she's level 4, Magic Wand, Fairy Fire. Weaver can't deal with Luna right now. Usually she's the one who's bullying the supports. But it's not the case here. Like 2 stuns, stun into another beam, Weaver's dead. Also you need to be careful about positioning yourself with the earlier points in Shikuchi. Same goes for this Swashbuckle.
I'm
It's a very
using
long
what you're
cooldown.
only laying around.
It's like they will be able to grab up one of the bounty runes top. 1. Still 3-1 there for Hellraisers as Poshka grabs up 2 of them. Early raindrops on him. Poshka deal with that breathe fire from the DK. Top lane, all the sentries down. Saksa finds Roger with the help of Sumail.
I came here
Evening
for
things
a
up on the
battle.
scoreboard and getting Luna a kill, accelerating her a little faster into that Helm of the Dominator.
Once you get to level 6 with Luna, you don't necessarily need to get a kill. You mostly want to save that ulti for like defensive purpose. It's just a
Dire's
threat
courier has been killed.
of Eclipse, so you can like farm in the laning stage and not necessarily get a kill.
Like threatening people, if you chase me, I'm gonna Eclipse and you're maybe gonna die. Mid 1. Jumping aggressively onto Xani here, and Miposhka trying to arrive, but the final Astral Step gets Mid 1 out of dodge. Roger also making a rotation in there as Hellraisers kind of collapse both of their supports in towards the Void Spirit. I can't take my eyes off bottom lane, you know.
Radiant's
Slark
middle tower is
Oracle
under
lane
attack.
has lost
Dire's
against the solo
structures
DK
are
with one
fortified.
rotation of an Enchantress where she fed.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Like, I feel like if you're not dumpstering this lane, you've lost it, right?
Yeah, that's massive. When you had a safe lane
Mid lane.
DK,
Mid 1 does get Fortune's ended up, but Santa's here.
Dire's
Really nice
bottom
Fisher into the
tower is under
2-man
attack.
enchant totem hit. Oh, the pebble from the golden doesn't land on Roger. He got just far enough away with the Shikuchi, and Saxa saved from the bugs by Mid 1. Darnie could maybe get jumped here again. Mid 1, 7 seconds for another Astral Step. Like, not going to go diving just yet. First Exorcism though, not really gathering too much here for Hellraisers. And the pebbles just keep on coming from No Tail, these golems. Boulders at them.
well, they dealt some tower damage, half HP, but still all the other lanes are going low for OG. I thought Dragonite is, gonna lose his lane, but Seb, it's always nice to see him back in the action. He is level 6, putting a lot of pressure on the tower. I mean, Dragonite's pushing tower solo. Now they even rotate Weaver to the bottom lane.
And he was doing so much against that slot. Nick was close to death. They will jump onto Seb now.
Dire's
Shadow
top
down.
tower
It's finally
is under
slot to
attack.
hit 6 and should be able to gather his first stack of that essence shift bonus.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
But yeah, Dragonite hits 6 because he's in that solo lane, right? He hits 6 before the slot, pops his ulti, gets damage on the tower. He was chipping away at Nyx. Now they force that 2-hero rotation, and it feels like
Dire's top tower
Hellraisers want to
is
swing
under
mid
attack.
again. OG prep themselves.
Dire's
Enchantress
top
and Void
tower
Spirit
has fallen.
harassing the Death Prophet back. Top tower has gone as Sumail with that catapult. Short work of the objective, and they've got those little hurl boulders onto Kasani. Grab up the rune for mid one.
Dire's middle tower is under
rune.
attack.
Nope. Rotation so far from OG's supports were on point. Like going to the bottom lane for a minute or two, just giving Dragonite, you know, some CS. Rotating to the
Dire's
top lane
middle
around the
tower is
catapult
under
timing,
attack.
defending the tier 1 tower on mid against that Prophet ulti. And now Luna, like, look where she's farming. Hell of the Dominator completed, about
Dire's
to hit
top
level
tower
7.
is under attack.
So this ulti is pretty devastating.
What's your dream creep here? Like first creep, Helm the Dominator.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
What's
I
your-
think you
what's your
get
idea?
either like a Centaur or Troll and Snare. You don't want to get Wolf early on. It's still good for the damage, you know, when you're
Dire's
moving
middle tower
around.
is
but
under attack.
having extra
Dire's
slow or
structures
stun
are fortified.
is much better. And Enchanters can also take creeps, so there's going to be a lot of those. You can mix them up.
Big fight mid. OG trying to look for that tier 1, but Kasani saved up. Moshka's still not level 6, trying to defeat T-Dick to save up the DG. It looks like Kasani's still being shredded by the Eclipse as they take down Seb in exchange for the turret from Hellraisers. The slot's arrival. Nyx pops the Shadow down, he's been fissured up. Saxa doesn't have Echo Slam. He's walking into this fight, but
Dire's ulti has been
turning it
killed.
into a bonus kill on Funny.
Double kill.
The two supports have nothing left to do here apart from maybe
Killing spree.
tanky until the final purifying flames. Miposhka and Roger maybe in a bit of trouble here. Shikuchi in a second. They've got the save from the Oracle again. As OG feels like they came out on top of that
Dire's
fight,
middle tower
especially
is
if they can
under
get that
attack.
tier 1 in the mid lane as well. First big clash behind that tower. Hellraisers were the ones that were forced to
Blessings upon
respond.
a loyal warrior.
Mid one grabs a haste rune. Looks like he'll be all right to walk away from the Oracle.
Yes.
Mid tier 1 still standing, Lacoste.
Yeah, love the aggressiveness. They're playing behind tier 1 tower. They are going to pick up 4 bounty runes. Supports, they need to be level 6. Roger only level 4 at the moment. Oracle level 5.5. Roger was not having a good time.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad.
It's been really rough for these supports, hasn't it?
A golden thread.
And where do you go now as Hellraisers, right? You all TP and rotate into mid tier 1 to defend it. And then OG are straight back out onto lanes, pushing out side lanes, farming top on the Earthshaker to try and accelerate towards the Blink. Bottom tier 1 looks like with the Elder Dragon form up in about 5 seconds, Seb will shift into action there. Not going to have the help of Luna just yet. Sumail very content farming the jungle. But you can see how desperate Hellraisers are to get momentum. They are bringing everyone down bottom lane apart from the Weaver who can TP, and they're going to make a move onto Seb. Fortune's End with a swashbuckle forward. There isn't a rolling thunder this. Nyx is there.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Seb's very tanky though. 6-1 charge is still up and running. He's going to try and pop one.
Team? Yeah,
Dire's
no one around
middle
and they
tower
understand
has
that
fallen.
he's dead, so there's going to be playing other part of the map. All these creeps, like look at the auras. Unholy Aura, Lunar's Blessing, Helm of the Dom, Ice Armor.
Not this time.
Med1, he's rushing Ags, which I like. Like, this Ags has to be one of the best ones, at least the ones you're getting this early on. I would say like Zeus is the second one, but Zeus usually gets it as a second, third item.
Exactly, right? Like first item Ags, it has to be Void Spirit up there. If not, very close to it. Good little catch on to Roger. Taking out the Weaver.
Back to
That's his
Earth.
first Echo Slam, putting him even closer to that Blink Dagger, now about 800 gold
Don't
away.
be mad.
And the fact, you know, you talked about it, they let Seb die bottom lane. They didn't move
Dire's
down to
top
help
tower
him. They didn't
is under
TP, they
attack.
didn't react. They took mid-tier 1 as
Dire's
mid-1,
structures
diving
are
in to try and
fortified.
look for Miposhka. Xani does turn to battle with a disarm now from the Swamp Jungle. He's going to have to dissimulate to jump away from this. He's holding onto it to try and maybe get to low ground. Still holding it there. He's moving out. Mid-1 will be safe and sound. Funnick looking for another jump in though as the Rolling Thunder ends, but he's stunned up. So that Dragon Knight, Dragon Tail stuns him. They do catch him, but Funnick has the backup of Miposhka. Hellraisers disengaging. Clark not really in a position to get involved in these fights. OG just positioning themselves so well. Take objectives, back up each other. You know, they kind of dangle a kill here, let someone fall, but they are making the moves that will get them into this mid game in a much stronger position.
First.
I'm just scrolling through
Radiant's
the items.
bottom
Slark
tower
is going
is under
for
attack.
Shadowblade's first item. My friend, this is not 2015. I've seen Slark 2 days ago where he was going for Echo Saber into Heaven's Halberd. I believe it was Virtus Pro, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh.
Well, very, very cool, but not very effective.
Innovation, not necessarily intelligent. OG still kind of prepping up top lane around the outpost. Sacks are farming away mid for that Blink Dagger. It's the safest place for OG, you know, an OG hero to kind of show out on the map right now. Hold that mid lane, make sure no pressure comes onto the tier 1. I'm interested though, Sumail going into the Dragonlance at this point after the Helm of the Dominator. Or the pinging Roger set up for this. Xani's in there. There's a tornado flying out and slowing down the Death Prophet. So Seb,
100 movement speed.
yeah, what are you doing? You can't move. You're trapped up in a fissure now, being jumped by the entirety of OG.
Invisibility.
Miposhka has false promise. Still waiting in the shadows here, holding that tree line as Funnick. This is a Rolling Thunder. This time they'll go for it, but they blow it. Oh my god, they don't even get the save.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Diving under tier 2 tower. OG 5 heroes strong into this dire area of the map. The entire map belongs to them right now. There is just no response from Hellraisers.
It's a tough choice from Oracle. Like, you do not want to pop it straight away, but OG, they realize the moment they had, so
Radiant's bottom tower
spells
is under attack.
at the perfect timing, and they snipe them. Like, you do not want to use Oracle ulti on DP who's half HP,
Dire's
and it
top
means
tower
that you're
is under
fully committing.
attack.
And OG is playing so well around that Prophet. They didn't allow that Prophet to achieve anything with her 2 first
Dire's
exorcisms.
middle
They're
tower
on
is
stay
under
back in
attack.
the mid lane.
Very nice.
Well, okay, Nyx Shadowblade, the first thing he does is steal 2 bounty runes under the nose of OG.
Maybe they don't know. Like, maybe someone, I don't know, picked up Benovit's rune.
Poshka obliterated. This is the thing. OG can just jump in. Luna sets it up with a Lucent Beam. Mid-1 catches out, and the squishy heroes, right? We talked about it. Hellraisers have very squishy heroes. Pre-BKB, or if you're the one that's being dived and you're behind, they just feel so lackluster. As Nyx does manage to grab a kill with Roger. Onto Saxa. Doesn't delay the blink though. I believe that was coming out. Yes, it's on his courier. So Blink Earthshaker is ready in 20 seconds.
It's the perfect debate timing. Like, oh, we killed Earthshaker. He does not have a Blink Dagger. We can take a fight. But like, look what's coming. I want to see a smoke. Does he have enough gold to buy it? He does not on Saxa. But someone else should buy it. Tier 2 tower mid still standing. I want to see Ags on Luna. Like, she has Dragonlance.
Radiant's
It's a decent
top
tanky
tower is
item. You
under
can
attack.
upgrade it later on into Hurricane Pike, which is great against the Slark. But Luna's Axe, it also is like not necessarily a late game item anymore.
Catching
Killing spree.
I don't know if they need to do it. They don't even need to expend Echo Slam. They've got enough damage just to shred through the Weaver. As quick as that. Nyx is trying to shove down bottom
Radiant's
lane, get a bit
bottom
of pressure
tower
onto
is under
tier
attack.
2. But this is the bot lane for the Radiant. They don't give a damn about that. They are going to go top, they're going to go mid, control up the Roshan area. Basically, OG right now, they are looking for a fight to try and take objectives. They want to beat down Hellraisers, take tier 2 top and mid, and look for Roshan in the next couple of minutes. And I'm looking at this Death Prophet Lacoste, 5,500 net worth, Yule Scepter, a recipe away. When DP, Slark, your two big cores, you throw Pango in there, hell. When they
Radiant's
are on the back
bottom
foot,
tower
when they're
is
being
under
jumped
attack.
by 3 heroes that are second, what is he sort of doing here?
Dominating, I guess.
Dying? I don't know. Like, he's level 10 and he's picking up the ward. That one should be rewarded, but
Radiant
at what cost?
structures are fortified.
It's a really rough one. But yeah, when you're on the back foot, it's
Dire's middle tower
Roger's
is
gonna
under
get
attack.
jumped. Chain stun, dead, 6 feet under, Weaver.
I've been waiting.
Hit by the bug spray.
Dire's middle tower
Roger is
is under
not
attack.
having a game.
There's something to be said, right, for drafting flexible heroes, but maybe over-flexing. You know, we love in drafts when we see Weaver, DP, with a Pango, and you're thinking, oh, they can go into any of these lanes. But when we now start to look at it and how things are being executed, yes, OG have played exceptionally well, but flexing all of these heroes is one
It's
thing.
just
Being able
not
to
fair.
build a
It's
draft
just
and
not
have comeback
fair.
mechanism if your laning stage doesn't go well, or being able to group up as 5 and play together. That's difficult when you have a Slark, when you have a Weaver position 4 who doesn't really give you any catch or teamfight capabilities. Oracle is basically just a save at this point. You're relying on DP and Pango to have a good laning stage and take objectives and teamfights on your terms, but you just can't.
Like, who's their catch? They need to heavily commit with either Slark using aggressive pounce or Rolling Thunder, like to initiate a team fight.
Seems almost impossible. Next is
sprites.
cutting waves mid. Koshka, not too far away, is there to back up the Slark if need be. But your mid tier 2 is dead regardless.
Dire's middle
Luna
tower
there with a
has fallen.
Centaur.
Killing spree.
Saxa, they do bring the Hellraisers down. Notel tries to slow up Nyx. They've got the Remnant there, catching Slop. He goes for the TP set. Might be able to get the Dragon Tail in time, and he does.
Killing spree.
Ends the Slog, and that trade is just not worth it. They wanted a quick pick on Saxa and the bail away, but Slog wasn't able to make it.
You don't expect them to play this aggressively. Slaxlaw was probably like, the fuck, man, what's going on? Like, they're chasing me between tier 1 and tier 2 tower, and instantly sent ward by Enchantress to see if there's any observe ward, and there's not. Like, they just found him with the Shadow Blade.
Here comes a bit of a push mid. Dragon Knight gonna shove that wave in. Looks like Luna not joining in just yet. Void Spirit and Earthshaker are both swinging down towards bottom lane. Mid one gets scouted by Observer Wards though on his way through. Oracle is nearby DP. We'll be able to feel that one coming, or see it coming. Hellraisers buying themselves a little bit more time, resetting the lanes, shoving out best they can, and they're looking for a catch onto Seb's DK. Sentry Ward to Dire one. Rolling Thunder not going to get expended. The pounce on the Enchantress. And No Tail, he's just out of there. Domail has the Hurricane Plague done, so he's able to save people from that leash. Oh, Nyx wasted Dark Pact. Saxa doesn't get the Blink Enchant quite good enough. And mid lane, Seb, stunning at the DP. He's isolated and alone here, Dragon Knight. Gonna get sucked down by the Death Prophet. Seb burnt up by the Purifying Flames. Ability to catch again, but Hellraisers really lacking in that catch department. Seb's gonna fly back here. Slowly trouble, silence them, but gets himself away from the ulti. Falls from the DP as that. Xani, Death Prophet, Exorcism going, needs to get something on the back of it. Seb's buyback's gonna hold the line and defend the tier 1 regardless, as OG, 7 seconds for Earthshaker to respawn with the Blink Echo Slam, and Hellraisers yet another engagement where they get one kill, but they can't transition it into anything else.
Precious bunk.
OG should just run into Roche Pit right now. They know there's no Exorcism, there's no Rolling Thunder, and these are their team fighting abilities. Also, it was level 1 Death Prophet ulti. Like, you want to have it level 2. It's minute 20. Ghosts go from 8 to 16. They double, so it's a very big difference.
Sure is. Trying to work on the BKB now, Sani. Real tough. I mean, Luna's looking towards a butterfly now. Helm, Pike, into Butterfly, 12,000 net worth on Sumail, really the position 1 in this game. And, you know, you were talking about the ping, wondering what Sumail does to remedy that. Luna pretty much is just an A-click, you know, run-down lane hero at this point. You get a Helm creep, you A-click down a lane, you kill creeps, you're farming up beautifully.
There's still tier 2 tower on the top lane. They're grouping around. No Tail TPing from the fog, so they don't know where he is, but
Dire's top tower
Hellraisers, they've
is
been
under
doing a
attack.
good job just trying to delay this as much as they can. They understand that OG is much stronger right now. They need an extra set of items. So Slark
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower
Oh, they
is
find the
fallen.
top.
Oh, Weaver.
Doesn't have the time already used it.
Yep. They try to cut the waves as much as they can. Now they got the tower. It's fine if Roger dies there for the tier 1 tower on the mid lane.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Finally, Hellraisers, a bit of momentum going their way. Death Prophet to close in on that
are
BKB.
scanned.
Oh yeah, Mithril Hammer coming out. That seems weird to me. Why Mithril Hammer instead of the Ogre Club?
Good question. I mean, if
I don't think I've ever seen that, Lacoste.
Arcane power.
gold investment, I don't know.
It's a bit odd. They do smoke up behind the Slark now.
Roshan is attacked into the ring.
Roshan grabbed by OG. Still considering the jump on Dixani, but they need to find the
Killing spree.
Weaver does get out of danger as the Rolling Thunder catches out a couple of OG on the
Don't
way
be
through,
mad.
and the buyback from Oracle forced out. As Funnick, he's got a TP, but it's cancelled. He doesn't get himself away, and Sumail just continually spamming out these lucent beams. He's gonna find the Pangolier. Fisher misses, but mid one should be able to close the gap here, and very easily find the Pangolier trapped in the trees. Funnick trying his best for the swashbuckler on that lifesteal from Vlad's.
Oh, the song.
A dominating performance.
Just delaying the inevitable death of the Pangolier. So 3 kills, a buyback from Oracle, and OG yet again. They get Roshan, a big objective. They come into the fight and they lose nothing.
The execution is just perfect. Void Spirit uses Astral Step, finds 3 heroes. With Resonant Pulse, silences
Nature
them.
attendance.
So Blink Dagger was not interrupted, so he could freely jump in. Bottom lane,
Great
Slark
Fisher.
in a bit of trouble.
And they've jumped the DP, choosing to go on the squishier target. Oracle
Mega kill.
still nowhere to be seen.
Oh, no.
Down he
Dire's
goes. 2
structures
big core
are
kills in a
fortified.
row for OG, and a tier 1 to
Dire's
boot.
bottom
It
tower
is
is
just
under
dominoes
attack.
toppling right now. Hellraisers doesn't feel like they've got a chance in hell this game.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Choice of talents and Luna. Cast range, loosen beam, cooldown. Like cast range is great for the Hurricane fight. It got
Dire's
nerfed
bottom
in the
tower
previous
has
patch.
fallen.
The cast range was pretty
Dire's
garbage. Like you need to
bottom
stand
tower
close
is
so
under
if you're
attack.
saving your teammates. Also for the loosen beam,
Dire's
you're just gonna
structures
keep
are
spamming
fortified.
that.
Radiant
You do not
structures
want
are
your tier
fortified.
3 tower to fall. If your tier 3 tower falls, you're playing against Luna, your Raxes are gone. You can't take the fight.
Radiant's top tower
Like you
is
either
under
take a
attack.
fight when tier 3 tower is alive,
Dire's
or you
bottom
don't take
tower
it.
has fallen.
She's got full
Dire's
butterfly.
bottom
Seb
barracks
can
are under
finish off the
attack.
halberd soon. Mech there up on the Enchantress, so they've got even more sustain to keep this fight going. Keep the push going.
Dire's bottom barracks has
They
fallen.
didn't take the fight. There's
Radiant's
gonna be way
top
too many
tower
bounces
is under
from
attack.
Moonblaze.
There's the full lane. Saxa has Blink Echo up, 10 seconds time. They're TPing top to try and maybe catch Roger. Seb's Blink on cooldown though, so no way to get in there with a Dragon Tail. They're gonna take themselves 4 bounty runes, it looks like. OG really closing the net around HR. Seb hunting for Roger, but it might be him that becomes the prey.
Where are you going?
Apex Predator looking for the Dragon Knight, but the turnaround from OG is here. Son almost annihilated, gets the false promise up from the Boschka, and they switch into
Dire's
action. No
close
tail
has
shred.
been killed.
Finally, Hellraiser's gonna fight him. Maybe he can be
Killing spree.
But Sumail is quick, doing so much damage, allowing him to
Killing spree.
Don't forget. So
Hello,
OG
this is Gabe Newell.
and make
Thanks for
sure
playing Dota 2.
no 4 heroes
Double
of
kill,
Hellraisers
a dominating
are
performance.
highlighted. Slark is
The
the only one
wisdom
left
of
standing.
eternity guides my blade.
Enchantress blind back there, like, okay, you use that
Dire's middle
Prophet
tower
out the
is under
false
attack.
promise plus a rolling thunder. I'll gladly buy back. I'll take that one. And GG's call. They understand that Luna can just easily take tier 4 towers right now.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. OG. Victory.